G'day and salutations. Today's briefing, China's UAV force, attack of the drones. For some time, the utility of UAVs in defence and security operations has been understood. However, recent events have proven not only their value but also the scale at which these systems must be employed in future conflicts, not simply as asymmetric capabilities but as critical force multipliers. The PLA has understood this for some time and expended significant resources developing its UAV capabilities. This briefing will cover UAVs believed in service with the PLA, based primarily on the International Institute of Strategic Studies Military Balance 2023. I won't be covering Chinese drones developed solely for export. Now, it's not to say that there aren't other UAVs in PLA service that I have missed. A note, all performance data given is approximate, and I'll refer to UAVs and drones interchangeably. I'll start with specialised and Air Force systems, then move to those in service with the PLA ground force, including loitering munitions, and conclude with some honourable mentions. The PLA possesses a unique UAV capability in the form of the WZ-8, likely a strategic asset utilised for very specific or focused intelligence collection missions, including those to penetrate sophisticated air defence environments. Perhaps flying profiles you might have seen with an SR-71, the WZ-8 relies on very high speed and altitude, together with stealth features, to avoid air defence systems. It is initially carried by a H-6 launch aircraft that releases the WZ-8 at altitude. After being released, it climbs to around 30,000 metres or 100,000 feet with the help of solid rocket boosters, then switching to its twin rocket engines to maintain a greater than Mach 3 cruising speed. After the high supersonic flight, the WZ-8 does a glide return to base. It might be equipped with conformal synthetic aperture radar in the leading edge of its wings and a dorsal SATCOM antenna for real-time high-definition data transmission. The WZ-8 may have recently equipped the 10th Bomber Division in the Eastern Theatre Command with a focus on time-sensitive targets in Taiwan and Japan's southern islands. Specifications include an altitude of above 30,000 metres, speed greater than 3,000 kilometres an hour, and a range of around 1,500 kilometres. A more traditional UAV in service with the PLA Air Force and PLA Navy is the WZ-7 Heavy ISR platform. Larger and faster than other PLA UAVs, its payload is believed to include a forward-looking infrared and CCD cameras, as well as ELINT and other sensors, providing the PLA Air Force with a strategic, high-altitude, long-endurance UAV, flying long-range reconnaissance and electronic warfare missions. It has a unique wing configuration, apparently to aid the flight stability in high turbulence areas. Some specifications include an endurance of 10 hours, a range of 7,000 kilometres, a speed of 750 kilometres per hour, and an altitude of around 18,000 metres. Another high-altitude, long-endurance UAV in service with the PLA Air Force is the WZ-10. It is a heavy, stealthy, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance (ISR) and EW electronic warfare UAV that can also launch precision-guided munitions. Possibly is an ELINT-focused platform aimed at detecting enemy radars and then engaging them. It features conformal ELINT antennas on both sides of the forward fuselage and a SATCOM antenna inside a large dorsal bulge. An electro-optical turret can be installed beneath the forward fuselage. Specifications include endurance of 20 to 32 hours, depending on whether it's flying a combat or a ISR mission, a payload of 400 kilograms, a speed of 620 kilometres per hour, and an altitude of 1,500 metres. The first of the well-known PLA UAVs is the GJ-1, or the Wing-Long 1 medium altitude, long endurance platform, in service with the PLA Air Force from around 2007. Often seen armed with anti-tank guided missiles and bombs, this combat ISR UAV is equipped with a chin-mounted turret housing a forward-looking infrared and CCD cameras, together with a laser rangefinder laser designator and SATCOM antenna in dorsal bulge. Some specifications include an endurance of 20 hours, a range of 4,000 kilometres, a payload of 200 kilograms, a speed of 280 kilometres an hour, and an altitude of around 5,000 metres. A newer and more capable platform in service with the PLA Air Force and Navy is the GJ2 or Winglong 2. Larger and faster than the GJ1, the Winglong 2 is a combat, ISR and EW UAV that can carry precision-guided munitions and is equipped with a chin-mounted electro-optical turret, together with a synthetic aperture radar installed in its nose for acquiring ground targets in poor weather conditions. A small data link antenna for guiding missiles can also be installed underneath the starboard side of the forward fuselage. A naval variant exists with an anti-submarine warfare focus, featuring a 360-degree surface search radar pod, ESM pods, a sonar buoy dispenser, or precision-guided munitions. Specifics include endurance of 20 to 32 hours, a range of 3,000 kilometres, a payload of 480 kilograms, a speed of 370 kilometres per hour, and an altitude of 9,000 metres. A new capability believed recently in service with the PLA Air Force and expected to also be in the PLA Navy in the future is the GJ11, a stealthy tailless flying wing UCAV designed for penetrating high-threat air defence environments, but at a tactical level rather than the flight profile of the WZ-8, flying profiles you might expect from an F-35. It is also likely to have ISR capabilities. It might be employed by the PLA Air Force in a loyal wingman concept, working together with the J-20S, and in the PLA Navy operating off flat tops. Specifics include a high subsonic speed, a range of around 1,500 kilometres, and a weapons load of around 2,000 kilograms inside 2 internal weapons bays. Moving to the PLA ground force capabilities, the CH-4 is a full-spectrum combat ISR EW UAV featuring an electro-optical turret with capabilities split between two variants, the CH-4A and CH-4B. The CH-4A is a reconnaissance drone with E-link synthetic aperture radar pod for reconnaissance purposes, while the CH-4B is a mixed attack and reconnaissance system with provisions for lightweight precision-guided missiles for ground attack. Specifics include an endurance of 40 hours, a speed of 330 kilometres an hour, a range of 5,000 kilometres, a payload of 345 kilograms, and an altitude of 8,000 metres. Complementing the CH-4 is the stealthy ISR-focused BZK-005. Equipped with a satellite communications antenna in the large dorsal bulge and a small electro-optical turret under the nose, which is equipped with a forward-looking infrared and CCD camera. Specifics include an endurance of 40 hours, a range of 2,400 kilometres, a payload of 370 kilograms, a speed of 180 kilometres per hour, and an altitude of 8,000 metres. An interesting UAV in service with the PLA ground force is the BZK-007. Shaped like a small unmanned sports aircraft, it is a medium altitude, long endurance, but medium-sized tactical reconnaissance UAV. It can carry a variety of equipment, including forward-looking infrared and CCD camera, as well as remote sensors of different spectral bands. Most sensors are located inside a turret beneath the fuselage, right behind the wing section. A SATCOM antenna inside a large dorsal bulge provides real-time transmission of data and commands. As it has a traditional aircraft undercarriage, it is able to take off unaided. Specifications include an endurance of 16 hours, mission payload of up to 100 kilograms, a speed of 230 kilometres an hour, and a ceiling of 7,500 metres. Possibly the first significant UAV to enter service in the PLA ground force, and still in service, is the BZK-006 Tactical ISR UAV. This lightweight, medium-range UAV was first seen in the 1990s. A general reconnaissance platform utilises rocket-assisted takeoff. It can be launched from trucks and other platforms and has parachute recovery. It is equipped with a retractable turret underneath the nose, housing a forward-looking infrared and CCD cameras for day-night missions. It can also carry a small ground surveillance radar. A mushroom-shaped communications antenna is installed on top of the fuselage, which provides real-time data link between the UAV and ground station. In addition to conventional reconnaissance, this UAV can also be used for artillery directing, radar jamming, communications relay, as a decoy, electronic countermeasures, and battle damage assessment. Specifics include an endurance of 12 hours and a range of 600 kilometres. Smaller and lighter than the BZK-006 is the BZK-008, or possibly also known as the CH-91. Is a lightweight ISR UAV in service with the PLA Ground Force, Air Force and Navy. Entering service around 2011 is a tactical reconnaissance UAV which can also conduct artillery directing missions. The UAV carries a retractable electro-optical turret containing forward-look infrared and CCD camera for day and night missions. The BZK-008 can also be deployed quickly on the battlefield using rocket-assisted takeoff and parachute recovery. Specifications include a speed of 320 km an hour, a range of 100 km and an altitude of 5,000 metres. Moving to tactical systems, I'll start with loitering or direct attack munitions, often called kamikaze or suicide drones. The PLA purchased the Israeli Harpy in the 1990s, and when these systems could not be upgraded by Israel, the PLA developed the ASN-301, which is based on the Harpy but faster and shorter ranged. It features a passive radar seeker and can be used as a long-range anti-radiation weapon to attack enemy radar stations for suppression of enemy air defence missions. Specifications include a speed of 220 km an hour, a range of 280 km, an endurance of 4 hours, and a 32 kg warhead. A smaller system than the AN-301 and one that might be employed in swarm tactics is the CH-901 loitering or direct attack munition, in service with the PLA Ground Force. Also known as the FH-901, it is a fixed-wing UAV with a high wing shape and a cylindrical fuselage. It can be equipped with a fragmentation charge or a shape charge warhead capable of piercing 10 centimetres of armour for use against tanks and light armoured vehicles. It is launched from a container and can be ready for action in less than 3 minutes. Specifications include a speed of 150 km an hour, a range of 15 km, an endurance of 2 hours, and a warhead weighing 1.3 kilograms. Complementing the loitering munitions are the tactical ISR drones based on the CH family. Possibly called the WJ-010, this system is issued at battalion level and can be launched by hand. The WJ-010 utilises a modular design concept to enable the rapid replacement of 2 different kinds of payload. The first payload is the optical payload for reconnaissance. The second payload is a warhead, and when armed with this payload, the WJ-010 functions as a suicide drone. Some specifications include a range of 70 kilometres and a payload of 1 kilogram. In addition to the hand-launched WJ-010, medium, heavy and amphibious battalions also utilise a vehicle-launched version of the CH family of tactical ISR drones. This system provides quick reaction tactical ISR support, including for artillery fires. When mounted on an amphibious vehicle, these UAVs can be launched while the vehicle is swimming. Moving to notable mentions, one UAV that has been seen since around 2020 is the modified TB001, a triple-engined long-range combat ISR UAV, but it is not known if it is in service with the PLA. It has an electro-optical turret under its belly and 8 hard points under the wings and fuselage for a variety of weapons and sensors. It has been seen over the Taiwan Straits and southern Japanese islands, but it is not clear if these are actual operations or trials. Specifications include an endurance of 35 hours, a range of 7,000 kilometres, a payload of around 1,500 kilograms, an altitude of 9,500 metres, and a speed of 360 kilometres an hour. Another new system that has been identified is the WZ-9 Divine Eagle. It features a novel twin fuselage design with twin large vertical tail fins and an extra long main wing extending across the rear fuselage. It is possibly a specialised airborne early warning platform, but designed to work with other manned AEW aircraft to detect stealth aircraft by way of a wideband electronically scanned radar, which has a long range but lower accuracy than other radars. It is most likely to be equipped with a SATCOM antenna. Some specifications include an endurance of greater than 20 hours and a ceiling of 18 kilometres. Finally, a rotary wing UAV or vertical takeoff UAV has been seen since around 2020 stationary on PLAN vessels. From these appearances, it is certainly an ISR UAV, featuring an electro-optical turret under the nose. However, it remains to be seen if it will be also capable of launching munitions. Its fuselage appears to have some stealth features. If it enters service, we should expect to see it employed both off amphibious assault ships and smaller surface combatants like corvettes. Specifications include a speed of 170 kilometres an hour, an altitude of 6,500 metres, and an endurance of 5 hours. While potentially significant in the future, I will not be covering the Shenlong Divine Dragon reusable spaceplane, which has conducted at least 2 successful orbital flights so far. In summary, China's UAV force covers the full spectrum of long endurance, high and medium altitude, and tactical flight profiles, covering intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, electronic warfare, combat, both deploying munitions and acting as loyal wingmen, suicide, and specialised mission sets. That the PLA already has these systems in service, and given China's manufacturing capacity, we should expect the PLA to be able to quickly place into service significant numbers of UAVs in a short period of time, and for them to be operationally very capable. That concludes today's briefing. Thank you for watching. Happy to take suggestions for future briefings from subscribers, so please subscribe, like and share. Until next time, Vale de Cero.